Dr. Lateef, why are you the best person to be the Democratic nominee for Lieutenant Governor?
On all our major policy recommendations, Abigail Spanberger is signing on them. And as chairman of Virginia's second largest school division, we've had considerable success that I'd like to scale up across the Commonwealth. And that's lowering taxes, improving student achievement, and record pay raises for teachers. And so when you're asking, who is the best candidate for the race, I think you have to look at our records. And I have a record of results that I'd like to deliver for the entire Commonwealth. And I think people are noticing that.
Everybody in this race seems to have a different idea of what the Lieutenant Governor does or should do. What do you think the Lieutenant Governor should be doing?
So I think first off, you have to be ready to serve in case there's something that happens to the governor. So I think it's important for you to know where we stand on the issues. You have to cast a tie vote in the Senate. So it's important to know all the legislation and how important that legislation is, what the intended consequences are, unintended. You also serve on a number of boards and commissions, the Commission for Disabilities, Commission for Economic Development, Rural Virginia. I've had considerable success being a chief executive of one of the largest school divisions in America, and at the University of Virginia, where I've run one of the largest health systems in the Commonwealth. And so you need someone who can ready on those boards and those commissions to advocate on what's best for Virginia looking forward.
You mentioned breaking ties. What issues do you foresee yourself having to break ties on, and where do you think you stand on those?
So I think one of the most controversial issues that we're seeing in the General Assembly last year and this year is this putting a casino in Northern Virginia, the expansion of this. Those are close votes. I would cast the tie vote to not allow having a casino in Northern Virginia. My opponents have taken record dollars from the gaming industry, predatory gambling interests, and from casinos. I've taken not a penny. And I think if you want someone who's going to run on democratic values, on integrity, trust, then you have to vote for someone like me who will stand up for what the people don't want. And nobody around here wants that. And so that is an example of a tie vote that we will break.
So you were the first to jump into the primary of the 6 candidates. Even though you got in early, I think there's signs that you might not be a front runner. What are you offering voters that makes you think that you're the best choice for them?
People are interested in seeing someone who's had the kind of success we've had leading one of the largest school divisions in the state. And so I have a record of being recognized as a Regional Elected Leader of the Year award, a record of working collaboratively across Northern Virginia and the rest of the state. And so when folks think about someone who has a portfolio in healthcare, an expertise in education, a focus on affordable housing, they are looking at someone who has that experience. And let's look at the record. Abigail Spanberger announced a housing affordability program, very similar to the work we've announced a long time ago that we've been running on. She announced her alignment on no car tax. Not only have we just talked about no car tax, in Prince William, we have the lowest car tax in the region, and we've lowered it even more while doing record investments in education. That doesn't happen without the school board being involved in those decision making. So if you want someone who's going to deliver results, lower your taxes, spend wisely, and listen to the public, because that's what I do every day. Is I'm a great listener. I work with patients and with our constituents, then I'm really the best candidate. And while my opponents talk about running against Trump, I'm undefeated against Trump. Since 2018, we have defended Medicaid, protected vulnerable students, and refused to whitewash our curriculum.
What else do you think is important to know about your run that we haven't touched on?
I think it's important to know that if you want someone who's capable and competent, who can deliver results, who can stand up to Donald Trump, and who's actually beat him over and over again, and if you want someone who can then deliver on what people care about on the kitchen table issues, affordable housing, access to quality education, healthcare, making sure someone listens to them and represents them, then I'm the best candidate in the race, by far.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the VPM YouTube channel, hit the bell for notifications, and visit vpm.org for more in-depth coverage.